Friday, but last night for me was Wednesday night, and we had tornadoes. Ella and Osu were playing. We had tornado warnings for about probably 2 hours last night. So we did spend some time in our hidey hole just to be safe. Got the girls up in the middle of the night. They think it's a grand adventure watching Frozen at 11 o'clock at night. But yeah, it was a little bit exciting. Not, everything seems fine. We've done a little bit of a walkabout around the farm. We're going to go out in a little while and check all the stock waters just to make sure that nothing got blown over and broke a line or anything like that. But so far everything looks good. It was quite windy. I don't know, I haven't really seen if any tornadoes actually touched ground. So I'm not sure what the status is on that. I haven't seen any like big breaking news or anything like that there was mass damage or whatever. Hey Ella, can you find the other bowl? Look all over because it probably got blown over in the crazy wind last night. So can you look for it?
No, it's not here.
I know it's not here. I don't know where it is. What?
It's blown over way over now to California where not next to the forest where Dad and I we were right on quad side. And it will blow way over there. Now I can't get it.
Huh. What are we going to do?
All
right, well, it looks like one of the cattle bulls is missing, so we'll need to do a bit of a walkabout for that in a little while. But we're going to get them fed, and I have extra bulls up here. So we're going to get them fed and get them out on pasture. So these three calves that we got, we actually, we got four, but we did end up losing one of them pretty early on. They just, I don't know, got scours, and we did all the things that we could, do and talk to all the people, and there was just no saving her. So pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. It happens. So anyway, so these three that we got, and we have two little bull calves, and then one is a Jersey heifer that we plan on making our milker, obviously, in a couple of years. But they are not any type of, grass-fed genetics or anything like that. So we do give them a bit of organic sweet feed, calf grain right now. And it's just one of those things, like, you can't just take an animal that has genetics, have been given grain to thrive on for years and years and expect that they're going to thrive without, those types of nutrition. So we are in the market for a herd of cattle. The ones that we will have cuts for sale, those will be grass-fed genetics because that is our intention. These three were just kind of something to do for fun. We got a really good deal on them, and we just thought it would be fun to kind of have a start out little experiment with them. So anyways, my point is that we are giving them grain and just a little bit. Obviously, it's an organic grain that we get from the local feed mill that we got our pig feed and all that stuff from. So I'm going to get these cows out, let them eat for a little bit, and then I will let the goats out. Osu's been fed, and I think the girls gave the rabbits some feed, and at least they gave them some dandelions, which they are loving. And then we got to go check the pigs and do the waters, like I said. Look, there's Simmy. He's here to see us. There's our pretty Oakley girl. And this is Joe. And then this is B-Dubs right here. Come on, guys. Oakley. 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 Come here, kitty. Come here, Oakley. So what I'll do is I just let them eat for a little bit, because the goats and the sheep, if they come out here, they will run the cows off from the grain. So I'll just let them eat for a little bit so they can get a fill. I need to run some water to their trough and make sure that the rabbits are good to go. And then I'll let the goats out. Take it over to the water spigot. Where do we get the water from? Good job. Take it over there. Hi, Oakley girl. Hi, Oakley girl. Hi, pretty girl. So pretty. You're so pretty. Oh. I know. Watch out for cow poo-poo. These are bubbles? Yeah. Can you come over here and say hi to Oakley? Where's Oakley? Yeah. You want to say hi to her? Go slow. Go slow. Look, she's looking at you. Put your little handy out to her. Yeah. Oh, she changed her mind. So the rabbits are doing good. We have been just cleaning out their cage and parking their manure in a pile over here where we're going to put the garden beds until we're ready to plant them. They just about are ready to be separated. We've noticed they've started kind of chasing each other around and stuff, so we're going to get them separated pretty soon. I'm going to get some new cages built, and I am actually going to be purchasing a 9-week-old female that will eventually, in about 6 months, be the breeder. And I think I may end up getting rid of one of these males and possibly getting another female. So we have 2 females and 1 male. I think that's really all we need, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. But they're going to get separated pretty soon, and we are actually going to be building them a rabbit tractor. Basically the same concept as our chicken tractors, except it will have slats on the floor. That way they can't dig through. My intention is that this whole area in front of the barnyard, all of this right here, needs to be maintained, and I think a great way to do that would be with the rabbits, and we can just move them around. I thought about putting the cows and goats out here, but I kind of didn't want like the big poop, in this area where we walk, because we do come up and back this way. Look, hi Dottie, there's Dot. There's Dot. We do come up and back this way, and I just didn't want to be walking or whatever through cow poop. So I don't think that I'm going to put them in this spot, but I think the rabbits will be perfect for right here. So that's a little update on the bunnies. Not much else going on. The goats are doing good. Everybody's just been grazing. It's been really nice. We've had a few days of, sunny, beautiful weather, and even as crazy as the weather was last night, it's, as you can see, it's gorgeous today. So supposed to be in the 70s, and we've just been moving them around the fields, and it's been really nice not having to feed them any hay. Everybody comes in from the pasture at night with big old bellies because they've been eating all day, and that makes me happy. So everybody's looking really good, and I'm pretty happy about their condition and how they're doing. So see what I mean about the goats pushing the cows out of the grain buckets? They immediately just go for it, and the cows just let them. I keep telling them they're bigger, but they don't care. Also, I wanted to point out something interesting. So do you see right there, whoops, don't mind that, Mary has been hanging out with the cows more and more. When I bring them in at night, she actually wants to go into the cow stall as opposed to going into the goat stall. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to change things up. I have been putting the goats all together and then the cows all together, but I think I'm going to split Oakley and Mary and put them in their own stall. I've actually been wanting to move Oakley by herself, but I felt bad obviously putting her alone. So hi Verbena, hi Vinka. I wanted to separate her, but I felt bad putting her alone. So I think this is going to be an option that might work, that if I put Mary and Oakley, the Jersey heifer, together. I think that might make everybody happy. So we'll have to see. I'm going to do that tonight. Maybe I'll take you along with us, and we'll see how it goes. But right now, I'm going to actually walk this fence line just to make sure that everything is okay with as much weather as we got last night. I want to make sure that, you know, nothing is amiss and everybody is going to stay in today. Who is that? What's her name? Is that Mary? Yes. Yeah, what's she doing? Oh, the pond. Yes, is that the pond? Are you okay? Yes. You're kind of a disaster. Is that you? Don't mind the dirty face on this one. So we actually went and visited family in Ohio. Yeah, a week or so ago, and we all came back with a cold. So the kids have had it for almost like 2 weeks now. So the snot is tremendous, and we've been loading up on the elderberry and the tonic, but it's just something that you got to work through. So yeah, it's been a good time, let me tell you. Having a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old with this cough and everything else. You okay? Yes. Who's that? What is she? Is that a ba? Or is that a ma? It's a ma. Where's the ba? There's the ba. Good job. Mary, that's right. Yes. Is your name Emmy?
Yes.
Yes.
Name Emma.
Name Emma? Yes.
Tony.
Holly's following me?
Togo.
We call you Pickle. That's right, huh?
Name.
What's my name?
Tower.
Sarah. Good job. What's her name?
I'm gonna tell you.
What do you call me?
Mama.
Mama. That's right. What's her name? What's her name?
Baby.
Elizabeth. Good job. But what do you call her?
Ella.
Uh-huh. What else do you call her?
Sissy.
Sissy. Good job. So it's actually a little bit later. I ended up doing some stuff in the house when we got done doing morning chores, and I got the girls down for a nap. So I'm gonna go do the pigs right now. I need to feed them, and then we'll head back inside, and I'll show you guys around. And I want to look at the eggs in the incubator, and I'll explain about that in just a little bit. But let's go get these pigs fed before they mutiny on us. last video I had talked about that I had put some eggs in the incubator and thought I had messed up, and I didn't kind of go into detail on that. So what happened is Ella and I decided to put about a dozen eggs in the incubator, and we just have like the styrofoam, hoverbator incubator, no big fancy thing or whatever. But I didn't put a thermometer in there. I just put the hydrogemer in there. Hydrogemer, whatever the thing that tests the humidity. And I used the temperature gauge off the top of the incubator. Well, 21 days rolled around and nothing happened, and I couldn't figure out why none of the eggs were hatching. I was really surprised, and so I put a thermometer in there finally and realized that it had only been at about 95 degrees. Eggs are supposed to incubate from 99.5 to about 100 to 100.5. So it had been about 5 degrees less than what it should have been basically the whole time. So I'm not sure if any of these are viable. So what I'm going to do is, it's actually been over 28 days now. I think we're at close to 30 days now. So I'm thinking that they're probably not viable. And what I'm going to do is just candle them. And so I just thought I'd show you this little trick that I learned a long time ago when we used to hatch eggs all the time. Is you take a flashlight, and I'm just going to use Ryan's phone. Take a flashlight, and you put it underneath a toilet paper holder or toilet paper roll, and then you put the egg on top of the toilet paper roll, and it amazingly is the best egg candler. You can really see a lot. So I'm going to do that now, and let's see if any of these eggs are viable. So I've got the toilet paper roll, I've got Ryan's the flashlight on the phone. I'm just going to put it right over top of it here, and take an egg and put it on top. You can clearly see that there is nothing going on in this egg. If there was anything after these amount of days, it would be completely solid, but there's nothing. So I'll have to figure out what's going on with the incubator. I'm not sure why it is only up to 95 degrees. I have it up as high as it'll go, and it still won't get above 95 degrees. And I have 2 thermometers in there just to check. I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to call probably the manufacturer. I looked online to see if I could find something online that says like a hack or a trick or something to fix it, but I can't find anything. So I'll probably call them and see what they say about it. But in the meantime, I thought I would give you a little update on all the plants that we planted the other day. So these are the stripy tomatoes and the bell peppers. None of the bell peppers are coming up yet, or the jalapenos. The tomatoes are coming up. I've got 5 of them up. I'm still waiting on a couple. These just came up yesterday. So I'm trying to decide if I leave them. I might leave them until tomorrow morning, even though they're looking a little leggy, and get them out into the light. And then over here, these are 3 of the San Marzanos that haven't come up yet. Over here, these are the beefsteaks, and then 1 of the cherry tomatoes have come up. So I actually messed up. I forgot at how dry these little pots get, and so they dried out a lot faster than I anticipated, and then it clicked in my brain. What I normally do with them is I put them in a tray. Like this is just the top of like an aluminum disposable roasting pan. Put them in the tray. I've got both of them in here, and then you just keep this full of water down here at the bottom, and these pots, you can see they just wick it up, and then they keep the soil moist. So that's a nice little trick. To water from the bottom. Watering from below is a lot easier, than it doesn't disturb your seed bed. But yeah, that was a trick that I forgot. So these guys did get a little bit dried out, so they took a little bit longer, and I'll show you the other tomatoes in just a second. So here are the rest of the tomatoes. These are all the San Marzanos. They came up fabulously. So, and then the 4 cups of basils that I did, these actually came up really well too. So these are all the San Marzanos. Yes, I have them on the baby's high chair. I had them next to the window. It was super sunny this morning. And I have them in the dining room right now because I have gates on the dining room doors, so it's the most toddler safe place in the house. But you can see, I do need to get these under lights because you can see how they're reaching for the sunshine, and I don't want them to get leggy. So I'll get them under lights pretty soon, and yeah, but the tomatoes came up. I'm pretty happy with those, and the basil. And I just seeded a whole bunch of basil, and we'll just plant those how they come. And then I'm just waiting for the rest of them to come up. Okay, so like I said, there are definitely some things that we are planning to work on in this house. You can see behind me these walls. They are wood planks, and they are actually wood with some sort of like spackle or something in between, which isn't a big deal, except the spackle is like 4 inches wide and breaks apart, and then they put new spackle on here, and it's not the same color as the old spackle. So we're not quite sure what the purpose of this was. It's interesting. I don't hate the concept, but the quality of the work is not exactly to where I would want it to be. So that's one of the things that we're going to work on in here. Another thing that is kind of strange is you can see, this is so hard to do, you can see these can lights right here, right here. They go all around this living room. None of these work. None of the lights above, we've tried replacing light bulbs. There's switches all over the place. You can see the amount of switches, look just on this wall right here. There's switches everywhere. We don't know hardly which switches control which lights. We've tried turning them on, off, different combinations. None of the lights work. So we are going to have an electrician come out and figure out what's going on with those, and then we'll be replacing the can lights. The other thing that's very interesting, so let me just back up real quick. So the main part of the house is over 100 years old. I believe it was built in 1907. It was either 1907 or 1913. I can't remember. One of those two. So it's over 100 years old. So, and then it has been added onto at least 3 times. So the master bedroom is an add-on. This living room that I'm standing in is an add-on. And then the dining room, Ella's room, and the playroom slash bathroom over here is an add-on. So there's some kind of funky stuff that typically happens with add-ons, and there's definitely some funky stuff that happens with add-ons when there's really no like rhyme or reason or requirements or anything like that. So it's fine. It's just, we have to kind of figure out what's going on with it. So another funky thing with this house is the amount of different light fixtures that there are. Ryan and I did a count, and throughout the whole house, there are 22 different types of light fixtures. So there's can lights, there's ceiling fans, there's dining room lights, there's old, here let me see, like track lighting like this. Here in the entryway you can see there's this type of light, and then like I said, the can lights. And I'll walk into the kitchen and dining room, and you can see there's a ceiling fan here with more can lights, different can lights than some of the ones out in the living room. And then here, this is the dining room, and there's a light here and a light there, different lights. So, and it's the same way all over the house. There's tons of different light fixtures. We don't know why they did that. Maybe they got just like a deal or something. So yeah, so those are some things that we have to kind of work on, and most of those are just cosmetic. The different light fixtures, I don't really care. It's not a big deal. But figuring out what's going on with the electrical and why these lights aren't working. Is it just us? We don't know what we're doing, but those are some things that we're working on. But one of the things, and those will come. We're not in any rush to do those. But one of the first things that I wanted to get done was a washer and dryer. So in the hallway, there was just a washer and dryer closet. And the people that had the house before us, they left us a washer and dryer, but it was like the stackable one. And it worked fine for about a month or so. And then it just quit. And we tried to repair it, and we thought we had it fixed, and we started using it again, and it just broke. So the washer broke, and it was something to do with like the little pulley and the belt, and it was a whole mess. So since October, actually it was right after Olivia was born, I have been going to the laundromat with our clothes because we weren't quite sure what we wanted to do with that laundry closet, because in order to fit a full-size washer and dryer in there, we actually had to expand it. So we didn't know if we wanted to buy another stackable unit or actually go through the process of expanding that whole laundry closet. So we did end up deciding to expand it because we decided that we didn't want to spend, most of those stackable things are like $1,500, and they're just not very big, and they're just not like exactly what we want. I have 3 babies, we run a farm, we also cloth diaper, so I do laundry, and I need a washer and a dryer that I can really put a load into and not have to worry about if it's going to get cleaned and all that kind of stuff. So we decided that we were going to go ahead and purchase a new washer and dryer and expand that laundry room. So come check it out.
That's better now here.
You can see in the pictures it's a lot smaller space. There was the stacking washer unit here previously, and this whole area here, probably from about right here, was the wall. So this is where we took it back in order to be able to fit both of these units here. Where the closet was, right here, this goes into the girls' bathroom. So we'll be making a wall here and then blocking this off, and then there'll be a closet in the girls' bathroom, and then the other half of it will be here in this side of the laundry area. Obviously, we have some finish work to do. We need to finish, buttoning all this up and everything, but I have a washing machine and a dryer in here, don't mind the frozen car, that is really nice, and it's a full-size unit so that we can do all the things we need to. It's kind of been a long day today. I was just walking out here to do chores, evening chores, to get everybody in from the pasture, and I'm like, okay, I'm exhausted. It was a long day. We did a lot today. We had a lot going on. But it was the first kind of like sunny and nice day in a while, so I feel like we were kind of rushing around to get all these things done that we wanted to get done. So, but we did. We got a bunch of chores done, and then our awesome neighbor came up here with his zero turn and mowed our yard and the barnyard and everything. It looks amazing. Looks all cleaned up and trimmed, so we're really appreciative of that. We haven't got ours yet. We're shopping, not sure what kind of zero turn that we want to get, so we need to do some research and figure out what will work best for us. But we obviously definitely are going to have to get one because of the area that will need to be mowing. But I'm heading out to bring the goats and the sheep and the cows up from the field. I've got my little pal with me here. Hi, buddy. He's always with us. And then my other little pal. Hi, Lou. So I'm going to bring them up. I'm also going to try, if I talked about earlier, I'm going to try getting Oakley and Mary together and getting, the other 2 cows alone and then all the goats alone. So I think that's going to work out really well, and we're going to see how it goes. Well, I got everybody into the proper stalls. It went great. And for some reason, my camera didn't record the whole process. So, well. They're in. Everybody's in the places that they want. I've got the goats in one, I've got Joe and B-Dubs, the 2 bull calves, in one, and then I've got Mary and Oakley, the Jersey calf, in the other. So it is what it is. I'm done. I'm done for the night. Everybody is situated, and girls are in bed. I'm going to go get this one in bed, and then I'm going to go to bed. So good night. Thanks for following along with us today. I hope you had fun with us, and we'll see you on the next one.